we'll be able to plug a car in here one day when we get an electric vehicle. Isn't that cool?
Inspiring the kids, of course, is something. You have to show the way of the future by acting as much as you can. I'm proud that we did it, but someone's got to stick their neck out and do it, and I just felt very ready. I felt like this is something we could do. I've been active with environmental issues for as long as I can remember. When I was actually at Selkirk College as a student there, I decided to do a project on climate change, and then my whole trajectory of life just moved towards addressing climate change, how I can, and I studied it all the way through my various degrees. I was actually even part of a few of us who were trying to get solar brought to the city of Castlegar, so the solar panels on the city hall. I was helping to keep nudging to make that happen. And so I kept thinking, why don't we do this as a family? And so I was just like, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and let's just do this. So when we were building our system, our goal was to get to as close to 100% of our energy use for our family as possible. Luckily, we have multiple south-facing roofs, and so we were able to install 40 370-watt solar panels. So that will give us an annual production of 15.6 megawatts a year, and that is about 90% of our energy use. We are relatively high electricity users because it's a family of 4, and we don't have gas. We're 100% electricity in our house. So when you add heating costs, it makes us high users. And so the system should hopefully get us to close to 100%. And what we're really hoping to do is get some more energy efficiencies within our homes to get to that 100%. We don't have any batteries. Whatever energy our house is using, it uses off the solar panels first, then anything in excess goes into the Fortis grid. And Fortis then keeps track, and we build a kilowatt-hour bank. And so in the winter, when we produce less power, we use the bank that we produced in the summer so that it offsets over the course of a year. It's starting to become more common, especially where there's lots of sun. I think in Edmonton it's quite popular, and in Alberta, and it's also starting to happen a lot in the Okanagan. In this region, I don't know of lots of individuals putting solar on houses yet, especially grid-tied systems. If you're off the grid, it's more common, but in cities, I don't think it's as common. So we really wanted to show that it can be done and be a leader for Castlegar. I just feel so good about seeing the solar panels. There's something to be said about just how excited you feel when you see it. We're getting lots of folks stop and ask us about it. And that to me is just a really exciting way that I'm proud that we put the money and invested in this project. I'm always thinking about climate change, and when I think about my kids who are 5 and 7, they've experienced climate change more in their lives than we have. It's pretty incredible. For example, for their summers, they've had more smoke summers than they've had summers without. And so it's just part of their upbringing that they need to be aware of climate change and how it's impacting them, and also how they can make a difference starting from now. And how the little actions we do, such as walking to school, although small, can make a difference. Not trying to make them sad, but to help inspire action so that they can understand that we need to make change.